Hello, I'm Mike with Harrison Specialties. Today we're going to install this lawn striping kit on this 2019 John Deere Z740R 48-inch deck. So here's our kit. Everything that you need comes with the kit except for the tools. I've grabbed those and laid those out here to show you what tools you're going to need. We've got brackets that mount to the deck. I've already installed the bearings that come with the kit on brackets that hold them ahead of time here. And the rest of the hardware I've got laid out here. You'll need a punch and a hammer to set the collar on the bearing. That collar's also got a 1/8 inch set screw in it. And we've got a 9/16 and half inch wrenches to go along with our 5/16 and 3/8 bolts that are in the kit. So let's get started. All right, now we've jacked it up. Take the wheels off, makes it a lot easier to get in here. This one's really tight. So we've got our brackets from before. They're laid out here, and you can see that we've got some 3 holes here. This is the top. The holes that are in a arch like that, that's the top. We're gonna use we'll stick the bolts through. We'll put the brackets on. Now on this side, if you come in close here, you can see it's important that the bracket supplied with the kit is mounted to this side of the bracket on the deck. So we'll go ahead and install that. All right, now we're going to install this spacer here. Now we take and mill this off. That's a cue for you. That side goes down and towards the roller. That's so that the roller can clear. Take your 3/8 bolt, put a washer on it. This is a 1-inch 3/8 bolt. We're going to put it through here and bolt it on. Okay, now we're going to take our bearing and bracket that holds the bearing. We're going to go ahead and install that on the spacer. I'm going to set this one up to mow at 3 inches. So I'm going to place the washer on the 1-inch bolt, put it in there. We're going to put this guy in here like this. That guy's in the way. And the other bolt, again, it's a 1-inch long by 3/8 bolt with a washer on it. All right, now that we've installed all the brackets, we're going to go ahead and install the roller into the bearing. Just like that. All right, now we're over here on the right side of this guy, and this bracket now goes on the inside of this. It's important that we get these mounted on the correct side of the brackets on the deck. We're going to go ahead and take a 3/8 bolt here for the top, and then 2 5/16. The other side, you noticed, only had 2 bolts to hold it. This one we were able to use all 3 holes in this deck bracket. And we'll go ahead and put on the lock nuts. All right, same as on the left side. On the right side, we have another one of these. It's different than the other side, but it has this same surface here that we mill off. Now that's going to go down like that. We use the 1-inch by 3/8 bolts, a washer on it, and we'll bolt this one up. All right, now it's time for the bearing here. So we've assembled the bearing to bracket. We're going to use the same 1-inch by 3/8 bolts. Again, we're going to use the same hole that we used on the other side so that the roller sits at the same height across the deck. So we'll go ahead and put the bolt in there, and we're going to pick up the roller with the bearing. So we're going to slide the bearing over the roller, and we'll lift it up and start the bolts that way. Now again, if you missed that, before I put this piece on, I slid the bearing over the shaft of the roller, because we already installed the roller on the other side. So now the roller is in here and supported by the bearing. Now we'll set the collars. All right, now the most important part of installing these is installing these collars on the shaft. So I've centered the shaft in between our bearings here. It spins freely, there's no rubbing, we've got clearance everywhere, and it's centered in between our hardware that we installed. So now I'm going to take and install this, and you can see that it's flat on the one side, and on the other side they milled it out like that. So we can go ahead and install it on the shaft, and then we're going to put it over all the way in and spin it. And we're going to set this with the punch. Now it has one set screw here, and then it has just a open hole here. And we're going to go ahead and set that collar with the punch in that open hole. So I'm going to line this up so I can get it just like that. And we're going to go the direction, we're going to hit it the direction that the roller is going to spin on the ground, which is going to be this way. So in the front, on the front side of the shaft here, we're going to take and just give it a good whack. Now it's set. Now that we've done that, we'll go ahead and use our 1/8 inch Allen wrench and tighten this set screw down. Now that set screw helps keep this from rotating backwards off and unlocking. That set screw does not hold the roller, or it doesn't hold this shaft in the bearing. That's what hitting it with the punch does. It locks that collar down onto the bearing and the shaft. So now this is one. We'll go to the other side and do it again. All right, and again, we've got one side that's got a milled slot in it like that. This side's flat. That side's gonna go in, and we're gonna turn this the direction that the shaft rotates, and you can see it starts to rotate the shaft. We'll take the punch in the open hole, not the hole with the set screw. Give it a good whack. Now it's locked on, and we'll tighten this set screw down. Now we're done. All right, now we'll put the wheels on and put the mower on the ground and get to mowing. Now everything is in either a lock nut or comes supplied with a lock washer, but you'll still want to check and make sure that all the bolts and nuts are staying tight after about 5 or 10 hours of mowing. And when you do grease it, only grease it until you first start seeing grease come out of the bearing. And that's it. So thanks again for buying our kit. We hope you really love it.